Hi, I'm Frank DiMatteo. Welcome to another episode of Mob Candy Magazine.
All right, so Frank, I have a question here. So we have Yana here, who's stunning,
Yes.
right? But my question is, when you want to do a Mob Candy Magazine episode, and you're like, well, here's what I want. We're going to do a summer episode. I'm going to do a blonde. Where do you even start the process of finding the girls?
models,
Like, do
right.
you just put how does that work?
Well, we are Model Mayhem, which is a model site, and we have hundreds and hundreds of members
wow.
on there. And they always send in applications in because a lot of girls want to be models. You know, it's good for their portfolios to
Sure.
be actually printed.
Right, you need
Everybody
an
takes
editor-
pictures. I got
Right.
millions and millions and millions and millions of girls.
You need work to get work.
Right, and I asked them first time I said ever been printed, and 99,000 have never been printed.
Right.
Beautiful pictures, man. We could sit there and look at all day, but not printed. So, and I look at them all, you know, just hundreds really, and you're going to use 2 or 3 for a magazine.
Right.
Now, if you're not using a girl cover, and you use this inside girls, it's a little.
What do you mean inside girl? What does that
I mean, just layouts, not the girl cover.
Oh,
Because
okay.
there's a girl cover. If there's a girl on the cover, she has the cover and a layout. There's also 2 other girls in the
I
magazine.
saw in the magazine.
Right,
Yeah, the girl,
always.
she gets like the 2
Right.
page, and then you put
And
other
then there's
2
other
yeah.
2, and usually 3 girls we use. So, so with the inside stuff, you just pick what you think is pretty much your taste of what you like.
Right, you're
and like
picking what you
that.
like.
Yeah, I mean, you know, there's things I don't like right off the bat.
Like
so
what?
I can't say that because I can't say that because I can't say that because
can't say
then
that.
no one's gonna like us then.
No, wait, but you know what I
But
want to
it's
know?
true, but-
If you pick a girl and you're like, all right, come down, I want to see you.
Yeah.
You ever been catfish when the girl comes down, you're like, who the hell are
Yeah,
you?
they did. It happened
Yeah.
to me many times.
With filters, right?
Yeah, I know.
Filter?
I had a girl. I think for the Frank Vincent. I think she's right here. She came down with her photographer and all made up beautiful. In fact, we joking aside, we said we're going to kill the photographer and keep her with us.
Right, yeah.
Because that's how gorgeous she was. And I hired her for the next shoot. We were doing a fur shoot in Staten Island. Frank Vincent, it's in the Frank Vincent. She's in there now. I'm with there. I'm in the place with my daughter and my wife, and we're sitting down waiting for the models to come in. And I'm talking to the owner, and we're finding the fur coats. And some girl comes in, and she goes, "Hi, Frankie." And I looked at her. I go, "Hi." I said, "Who are you?"
Right.
She had no makeup on.
Oh.
Complete. I'm not saying she's an ugly girl, but I didn't know who she was. She goes, "Okay." She walks in the back. I grab my wife. Who's this? You know, my bad master. Who's this broad? She
Yeah.
goes, "I don't know. You hired her." I said, "Okay." She goes to the bit, comes out. I know you.
Oh, that's what she needed.
Gorgeous. Gorgeous. From what? She wasn't ugly. I mean, I
Right.
made friends with her. She's a nice girl, but she looked like 2 different people. And
Yeah. That happens a lot.
You get fooled. You get fooled. I've some people are friendly. Some people are shy. Some models are shy.
How can you be shy?
Yeah. Well, she wasn't shy. Nicole
I mean,
wasn't
how
shy.
can you be shy
Yeah,
when
but
you're taking pictures
hold on.
of
But
your
when they're
boobs?
shy, do they figure out how to? If they're shy in nature, when did they come alive? When the cameras come on?
No, we play
And
with
you gotta,
them.
You got to
You know,
pull it
especially
How
out.
do
they-
you play with them?
You play with you.
Yeah.
I've been doing
Yeah.
it so long.
Yeah, Frankie, how do you play
you
with
see
them?
what the girl can do. You push it to her limits.
Right.
You see what she can wear, what she can't wear, high, how low. You know, and you just play with them until you see what the girl
Until
can
you
do.
pull it out
you
of them.
never ask them to do more than they wanted to do.
Right.
Of course not. I mean, I can stay home and do that. But you just see how comfortable they are, you know. And after a while, you know, some models are not very experienced. They're experienced, like Nicole, this last cover girl we did. She was outrageous. She
knew how to.
she
You
didn't
had to
care.
work the angles.
She's only doing it for 6 months. She's 25 years old, but she's probably everything I ever did. She's probably the most seasoned model that I've ever seen.
Well, but they know how their
photo.
face looks in lighting.
Yeah,
They know the
and,
whole
and her
room.
sexuality is phenomenal. She just
Yeah, I think
reeks
it's
sex,
just
sex, man.
naturally.
Sexuality.
Yeah,
Not a-
natural.
And every picture was one better than the other, and she was easy to work with her. And then other girls, like we had, and one of them, we had a girl that was shy, but she allowed us to body paint her.
Oh wow, okay.
So she laid naked on a table,
Okay.
And I had a girl come in that's
Who
very
body
good.
painted her?
A girl, a Russian girl,
Matthew?
a Ukrainian girl. She's in the black. She still does it. She came and body painted her, right? And they laid on a table naked and body painted her, And then we took the pictures and stuff like that.
That's a cool
But it's
thing.
fun with me because I kept on going back and forth. Is everything okay? How's the pictures coming out? Is the painting coming out?
Yeah, I
'Cause
wanna
she
do a
would
little
ask me,
finger
go,
painting.
Frankie, we're doing it. It was a casino. It was a casino scene, so it was pretty intense. This girl was really good. Anyway, you choose your. Can we see this?
Oh yeah.
This girl's unbelievable, and she was a very shy girl.
Somebody painted that?
That's all painted by.
That's
yeah,
unbelievable.
This girl was a shy girl. She was with us for about 6 months. She helped me with sales and stuff like that. Then she wanted a model, but she didn't know how to do. She didn't know how to move. She didn't know how to do nothing like that. I said, "Well, then let's body paint. You want to be body painted?
Right, do something."
Okay, Uncle Frankie, I'll be body painted. Don't forget, I'm very close now. 6 months, you're close. She comes over to my house. We have dinner together. Chris, my daughter in the beginning was taking care of all the
girls?
arrangements, like I make Chris do now.
Yeah.
So I lay pretty much lay back. So you meet them. They do different things, and
Do they call you Uncle Frankie?
everybody calls me Uncle Frankie after.
I wanna call you Uncle Frankie.
If we stay friends, 'cause I stay friends mostly with
Yeah.
everybody, and you just
I like
pick them
that.
and choose. It's my taste because I
Right.
pick and choose. So off the bat, there's certain things I don't like no matter what, and they never had a chance in the world, and it's pretty much what I like.
What you like.
And then what they can do, and then being professional to see what they can do.
Right.
Like, just like when it comes up to her shooting, I'm going to see what you're comfortable with. If I can get something really good out of it, we're not porno mag, but guys like to see sexy.
Yeah.
Like, sexy.
Like this.
Like, well, she got half a boob. You can't
Like
see a boob, but
Nana with
it's
a
hang
gun.
out. But it's borderline. If she does borderline, we do borderline, whatever it
Sometimes
is.
Oh my God.
sexy is
If you-
see
if
nothing.
you don't do
it's almost the
borderline-
imagination because
Yes.
the body paint that's sexy, but you don't see a thing.
Nothing, but it was great. That
She's
body
naked.
paint was good. Naked.
Right, but you can't
Body
tell that
painting was
she's
beautiful.
naked.
You can't tell.
You could
Yeah,
obviously
yeah.
she's naked, but she's totally covered, and that's so much sexier sometimes.
Yeah, it was really
than
good.
just being like raw dog.
No.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
that's no fun. If you give too much, it's no good.
Right.
If you give
A little for the imagination.
Yeah, you gotta leave it to imagination.
Yeah, you gotta leave it to the imagination.
A lot of models are good friends of mine, and I always tell them, after when we make the arrangements and they go, you want to shoot for Mob Candy? Okay, well, what's your rates? Or some girls just want to be published. And I first thing I say to them is, I says, I love your naked pictures. You got a beautiful body. I said, but we don't shoot naked. I love your clothed pictures. 'Cause I choose them by the clothed pictures, clothed.
Right.
Because they
Not
might
the
look
naked.
sexy.
And I tell them, I love looking at you naked.
Right, but that's not what we're
That's
doing.
not what we do here.
Yeah.
But you have beautiful naked pictures. But I said, but I need you in clothes. And the one picture that you're clothed, and that's why I picked you from. So I says, but I love your naked pictures, but you look so beautiful in clothes because that could bring some out of models or pretty girls. And that's how we picked them. But I always told them, because everyone has. 99 has naked pictures.
Yeah.
That's nice to look at, but it's the clothed one that sells them, that makes them.
Do you ever
pick
pick
them.
somebody
Like-
out of this, like some from a place, like at a restaurant, and you look over, and you're
Hundreds.
like, hundreds,
But
right?
The
Yeah.
first girl in the magazine, Mia Myers, was a Cuban girl that was a bartender in Staten Island, and we were doing the first magazine, and we shot a little bit, and we had all the stories, and she was behind the bar, and I looked at her, she was gorgeous. I said, you model? She goes, no. I said, you want to take pictures for me? She goes, I'll do anything you want, Frankie. So I didn't know how she knew my name was Frankie. So when we came in, someone said it's Frankie.
Right.
But anyway, and she wound up shooting for us the cover, and she never did nothing after that. And I just found her in a bar. She was a barmaid, and she shot.
Yeah, you
nice.
find her wherever you
People
go.
come to you that you know. I met her because a friend of ours came to me with her. A friend of ours.
Yeah, she just said Yana is gonna be so perfect.
Yeah,
for
she
you.
came to me and says, I got something for you. I said, and she showed me a picture. I said, oh, she's pretty.
Yeah.
Right? And
Bring her in.
Bring her in. And then I met her. And then when I saw her live, it was even prettier
Right.
than the picture. The picture was as good. She was pretty in the picture, but
Right.
live she was even more pretty. I said, oh, fuck, she's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's pretty. So,
Sometimes the picture doesn't do justice.
no, sometimes it don't.
Yeah.
And to do a few things for me. Come on a show, do the magazine. We shoot in May. And I met her personality, and now we're friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's just so perfect. When my friend told me about the Mob Candy magazine,
Yes.
first when I heard about the Mob Candy awards, that's it. Ta-ding. I'm like, wow, because
Right.
it's right away. It's weapons. It's sexy girls. It's
like
adrenaline.
right up your alley.
It's danger. Yeah, it's all I love.
Yeah.
Basically,
Yeah.
and it has so many creative ideas.
Yeah,
So-
I'm really looking forward to this. Especially because now I know you, so it'll be like a little different scene in the magazine. Like, what are you gonna do? Like, what do you know?
Well,
Is she-
we're probably going to emphasize with a lot of things. She got, she's tattooist.
Yeah.
So she's got.
Yeah,
tons
I
of-
tattoo myself.
She tattoos
that's
herself.
also a thing.
yeah, I know. She told me last
Yeah,
time she
man,
tattooed
it's
herself.
nuts. Yeah, I
And I
know.
I
pierced
could barely
myself
cut my own
too.
fingernails.
Yeah,
I'm
me
like,
neither. Yeah. But
She's
so you
tattooing
can
herself.
emphasize on that. She probably has some great tattoos, in nice places and
Yeah.
stuff like that. I know she has some
love-
nice on her leg.
Okay.
Everywhere.
But
You got to figure out how to make that
Everywhere
work.
where I could reach.
That you-
because
I
like
said
my
none in the
back,
back.
I couldn't
Right.
reach my back.
No.
I couldn't tattoo my back.
So
Yeah.
if that's her, the best part of her,
You,
it
you
might be a
bring
butt.
up-
How much? She might have a great butt, and we'll
push
take
the butt.
pictures of like beach pictures or sexy pictures. It's
Yeah.
all come what the girl has to offer.
Right.
I mean, guys in the magazine, as long as they don't look like old nuns, you just pick up on something, and we know it's
I like
usually
the
good
con-
enough. You know what I mean?
I like the contrasts. The
Yes.
innocence and
Right.
I don't know what's the word for that. The badness.
Right.
For
Yeah.
example, danger.
Yes.
This is
Yeah.
what I like. But with the contrast, and the contrast, it looks beautiful. When the person is just bad, it's
Almost like school teacher,
Yeah.
stripper, like not stripper,
not
but
with
yeah,
a gun.
like,
yeah, like something sexy because of the contrast of the opposites.
Yeah.
That's what I love.
almost like sneaky, sexy.
Like-
You don't really know what they're about. It's
the-
mystery.
And the magazine
Mystery-
always
or just
was on the
an
borderline.
innocent looking angel with like
Right.
with the I don't know, with the blade like this.
Yeah. The
Be careful
badness.
with that one. That
It's
was
the
slow.
badness. It's a borderline badness. You know what I'm saying? The followers of Mob Candy for the last 15, 16 years were always borderline, and they were happy with borderline. No one ever said to me, "We want to
We'll
see
see
naked
more."
girls." Never that. Never. They're hot. They liked the way we did it. I liked some things better than others when they were more mob oriented.
You're
than
right.
more bikini thing.
Yeah, right.
But that's all you can get at the
Right.
time.
Did anybody ever ask you?
What?
Did anybody ever ask you, Frankie? Do me a favor. My niece, she really wants to be a mob
Yeah,
candy
100
girl,
times, all the
and the
time.
girl comes. You're like, well, what?
Sucks.
Do you,
Yeah.
What would
Yeah.
you do?
I take pictures of her, and
Uh-huh.
it never makes the magazine, and I push it off and say, "Hey, there's 1,000 people. There's other people involved over here. They're gonna pick and da da da.
Right.
We'll take the pictures
Right.
on my dime, but
yeah, it
and
just-
they get lost like everything else.
Yeah. Or just make one cover. Shut up.
No,
Don't
we
have
just,
to
they
even
just
do
get they get fed up and they go away. Some were very very pretty, but they couldn't shoot for shit.
Right.
They couldn't pose.
That's what I was
at
thinking.
all. I mean, I was drooling over her, but she couldn't even put a hip out or put a foot
Right.
out or move a hand
stiff.
because they're not modeling. It's it's an art.
Because it's
Yeah.
a skill. No,
It's
it's
a
a
Even
skill.
as pretty
it's
as they
just
are.
a skill.
And that's something about this girl, ¿cómo se llama? Nikki. It's an art.
Yeah.
As pretty as she is, and she's a huge girl. She's not a small girl. She's a huge girl.
Natalie.
Natalie.
Huge-
She's a huge
I mean,
girl.
like huge, like tall.
No, like heavy.
I think huge. Yeah, this
Yeah,
is what
she's
it
heavy.
is.
She's not
boobs,
no little
boobs.
skinny
She's
bikini.
not-
But she's so good at what she does. She's so sensual that every shot she takes is phenomenal.
Right. She knows her body.
I agree.
And she's new at it. She's 25. She's a hair cutter. Just said, I'm going to take pictures. I'm going to start pictures.
Right.
And I actually, the first time I met her, it was the first, she just started. And I watch her through her whole career now because I'm friends with her. Uncle Frankie.
Uncle Frankie.
Yeah. And she said, I'm here, I'm going there, I'll be back in New York and stuff like that. So I watch all stuff she does. But she does nude stuff. She probably goes far.
A little
You know
further.
what I mean? Like that. I don't think like really bad stuff. But you see her boobies and things like that. They shoot. And but she don't take a bad picture. Clothed, oh my God. Naked, nice. Clothed, she is the most gorgeous girl in the world. She's just
Half-clothed.
holds clothing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
half close.
half clothing,
Yeah.
just sexual. More, I seen her naked, and it was okay.
Okay.
But when she had a gown on, a black gown on, it was like, oh
Yeah.
my
That's
God.
a girl that knows her
man.
body. That's
Yeah.
That's a.
And
That's
she's
a
a big
skill.
girl.
Right. First of all, when you're a big girl, you have to know your body.
Yeah.
You have to know how to move. You have to know
You know how to-
lighting.
yes.
You have to know what to wear, how it
Yes,
fits you.
right.
So that's good for her.
So some people just better what they do, and
Yeah.
and you s- and you just take the best you can get out of it. And being known in the business, knowing what to do. After a while, you know
Yeah.
what to do, what you like, who can do this, who can't do that. Who's a good writer, who sucks. Who's a good model, we have to take pictures. I mean, I waste a lot of film. I mean, on
Yeah,
pictures.
who doesn't?
People, like you said, people ask you. But at the end, I choose everybody.
Right.
I get recommended. If my daughter brings someone in and it's a favor, we'll do it. I met myself, so she's my choice.
Right.
You know what I mean? Somebody might come in and bring him in, and she's really good, and she can shoot. We do that because it's very few. We don't forget, we do one a year. Those 3 girls are.
Is she the cover?
I don't know yet. We don't know.
We don't know yet.
We don't know yet.
Wow.
We don't know yet.
Dun dun dun.
It's all called like on Mondays and Friday nights when we're together. We have to see how she convinces me. Right? Monday.
I'm working on it.
She's working on it.
Every
Yes.
Monday and Friday.
And Friday, she's working on me now. So
It's my
Yes.
third job.
You know what you should do
Listen,
Yes.
is
thank you.
do something. You dress yourself.
yeah.
You have
in
an
fact,
idea.
Monday and Wednesdays, if you want to be with us,
have
you're
so
more
many
than welcome.
outfits.
Yeah?
Oh yeah.
What do you guys do?
Yeah, no.
We can't tell you.
You should. What you
no.
should do is get dressed up how you think you want that shoot to look. To have somebody take a picture of you, and send it to him.
That's a good idea.
Because now
your
you're
idea what you
Right,
want to
because
do.
now you're gonna
I like
take,
it.
Yeah,
you're
it's a good
gonna
idea.
take the
And then we'll
initiative,
choose.
Right.
And pick.
right?
Yes.
You take the initiative. You grab the bull by
Yeah.
the horns, and then you
Right.
become that mob candy.
That'd be nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you have a lot of ideas. Get
I'll
some.
do.
Yeah,
Yeah,
do
I
those.
generate them nonstop.
Yeah, you've been
She's
talking.
good.
You said
She's
I
very
have so
creative.
many ideas. Put some action in them.
I mean, I know her only a month now, right? About a month now. About a
Something
month.
wrong.
Yeah. And she's very creative.
Yeah.
Well, you can tell by what she does herself with the.
Look what she does her own
Yeah,
hands.
man. Yeah, she's really good.
Crocodile.
Yeah, she's good. But that's what we're doing. One of the issues you're going to see, you see her maybe the cover, maybe inside.
Just being part of it is
She'll
cool.
be,
That's
she's definitely
it, yeah,
part of
I'm
it.
already
So
super
we'll
happy.
figure what we're doing.
Yeah.
It'll be all cool and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
that's cool. Just to be part of it. Such a
Yeah.
first of all, it's an iconic magazine if you really think about it. Because who does that? Nobody.
No. We're the only one.
That's
We're the
what
only
I'm
one
saying,
that
you're
done
the
it.
one.
There was a couple of hip hop people try to do it. It didn't work.
Yeah.
This didn't work because everybody gravitated to Italian.
Well, also, I mean, they can't really tell the story that you can tell. You know
No.
what I mean? They're telling regurgitated stories.
yeah, Diamond Dash, a guy.
Damon Dash.
Damon Dash got in touch with me. He wanted to co-do something, and me being a fool, I said no. Because I went back. I says, I was wrong again. I was
Yeah.
wrong. We should have intermingled it. But
Damon
me
Dash,
being
you could've-
old idiot, saying, but what's got to do with it? What's that got to do with the other? They say
Actually, you
to
know what
me,
you should
we
do,
should've-
honestly? You should try to reconnect with Damon Dash.
No,
Why?
I'm done. I'm done. I don't go after nobody. You want me here? I'm here. You don't
We
want
should
me
probably
here?
reconnect with you. He's having a little trouble.
I'm going to Miami.
He's having a little trouble with Damon Dash right now.
Is he?
Yeah, a little trouble.
Stay away from me. I've got enough trouble
No,
of my own.
no, not trouble with police. He's having trouble with,
Money?
he's having a little money trouble, yeah.
Everybody's got money trouble, man.
Yeah, I guess so.
Who don't got money trouble? What do you think? I'm hanging out with her because she makes good money? No. I figure if I'm nice to her, maybe in my old age somebody take care of me.
Yeah, that's right.
My wife's broke.
I'm gonna take care of both of you
Yeah, and the baby.
and the baby. Yes.
Yeah,
What baby?
I do. Wait,
No,
No, she got a
another
son.
baby.
you have a son,
Yes,
right?
got a son.
Ah,
Yes,
my
yes,
son.
yes, got
How
a
old is your son?
9.
9.
That's not a baby.
Good looking guy.
Well, look where he came
Yeah,
from. What do you
yeah.
expect?
Because we were talking about my friend. She's a baby.
But sometimes a
My baby?
negative and a negative.
Yeah, nickname.
Oh, my baby, the other girl, the other one.
But sometimes
The girl who-
negative and negative is something's a positive, and two positives. You see two good-looking people, and you're like, "That's your kid,"
Yeah.
right?
That's
You're
true,
like
too.
two negatives,
Yeah.
and it goes the other way.
And the girl that introduced me to, I call baby, is my friend, her friend. She introduced her. She's gorgeous.
Because Frankie
too.
doesn't remember the names.
Yeah, I call her baby
Yeah.
because I forget
That's
names.
why it's baby.
She's red. That's baby. Because we forget names, you know. We meet so many people and stuff.
Yeah,
like
you must
that.
meet a ton of people.
I meet a lot of people. I don't remember names. It was so. Don't forget, when I was a young guy, we drank a lot.
Right.
Got a lot on our minds. We were evading police, not thinking about who your name was. I didn't care what your name was,
Right.
unless I was hustling you or doing something with you. We didn't care, you know.
Right.
And we met so many people.
You just care about the group that you're in, right?
That's- at that
Everybody else
time.
is like an
And-
outsider.
yeah, and then when that group changes, you'll remember the new one or the new group. You know,
Yeah.
whoever you hustle. It's nice being a hustle. You know, what
Yeah.
I mean, really, not that you go to hurt a hustle, but it's
No.
a hustle no matter which way you go.
Yeah.
If you got to sell yourself to make friends and really like someone to bring them in, and then do I really like you? You know, if you're good people, then you'll get to grow on them. You know, like people grow
Right.
on each other, but you never cared. When you were gone, what's the next sucker comes in? You know what I
Right.
mean? You know what I mean?
Like Liza
or
who?
some people like now, as I'm older now, out of that life, you make friends.
Right.
We're friends. Baby's friends. Larry, I'm going about a year and a half now because we got a mutual friend. He's a friend of a friend of mine, Bobby, and I made friends with him now.
Right.
So he calls me up at night now. Bobby don't have to call me. He goes, "You're coming." So you make friends
Right.
with friends, you know, and that's how it works.
Get rid of the nonsense.
And and in the magazine, you make friends with Lou Martini Jr. What's his name that passed away? What the hell's
Frank Vincent.
Johnny Fratto. Johnny Fratto made friends. I went to L.A. and visited him. He came to New York and visited me. You make friends. You only have one cover. But we were friends for 5 years after
Yeah.
the cover because you go back and forth, back and forth. You make a lot of friends, yeah. In
And
this
you and
business.
Alinia, that last week, I mean, you're friends with what you're saying. You're 18 years, right? Al?
18 years. We
Yeah.
met him. The first magazine I did, he was, he came as a fan in the magazine. We threw a party with
Oh, he's a
400
fan
people.
too?
Yeah. We had 400 people party at
Got a lot of
a
fans.
place called Purge in the city. Or something like that. We had 400 people. The first party we threw together.
Oh, wow.
Mob Candy. Yeah, it was great. I mean, it was a big fight in there, so we were in the Daily News that day.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we had a fight at the end of the
Oh, that's
night.
fun. Did you put it in the magazine?
Were
No,
there a
but
lot
the
of
Daily
girls?
News was there.
Oh, yeah.
And the next day in the Daily News, it said, "Wise guy party chose punches." It was great.
Oh, that's a great headline.
Yeah, it was. I have the article. I have it. We were in the newspaper many times.
Your birthday's coming up. You should throw a party.
We are. I think we are going to have.
When
a
is the
party.
birthday?
May 30th.
In May. Yeah. I remember that from last
Yes.
time.
But again, that's how we met. Should be in the next magazine.
I'm looking forward to it.
May, we're shooting in May. Maybe we'll shoot at my birthday. That'd be nice.
Yeah.
Photo shoot. Party.
Frankie's birthday girl.
Party and
Yeah.
a photo shoot.
Right.
You could jump out of the cake.
My pleasure. Oh my God, every day.
Yeah, jump out of the cake.
Wow. And then we can all eat her cake.
Yeah.
Or my cake.
But don't let the wife cut the cake. She'd be like,
Oh,
"Ah!"
yeah. But watch out. She's cute. She might want to cut the cake before me. We had fun today. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming.
Thank
Mob
you.
Candy fam. Liza, Yana, which is going to be here with us anyway. And I just want to thank everybody.
Thank
Hope you
you.
enjoyed the day with the special friends that came. And we hope to do this again real soon. Thank you.